Hey guys, just a couple of things. The next book on the case of Christopher Watts will be up in 2 weeks, and its title is Chaos and Confusion, The Case of Christopher Watts. And in the first part, I talk about what is known as the public stage, because there seems to be a lot of chaos and confusion in the drama corner and the true crime community on social media, specific to the discussions going on about the case of Christopher Watts. The case of Christopher Watts is clearly on the public stage, and I don't mean, it's on YouTube. YouTube is not the public stage. Okay? I know that's kind of confusing, but hang in there, because I want you to get this. I want everybody to try to understand this. When the tragedy occurred, that family was placed upon the public stage. Christopher Watts, Shannon Watts, Bella, and Cece Watts, and even Dieter. And it can be argued that people related to that case were also placed on the public stage. Okay? Issues of public concern, issues affecting society, issues ripe for public discourse, debate, and discussion emanate from the case of Christopher Watts. And I think it could also be argued that people related to that case have, in some cases, self-propelled themselves clearly onto the public stage. And I don't mean YouTube. YouTube is just social media. The public stage has a different meaning than whether or not the public can view it. Okay? Therefore, we have the right and we have the freedom to discuss the case of Christopher Watts. We have the right to think for ourselves. We have the right and the freedom to think for ourselves. We have the right and the freedom to discuss our own opinions about the case of Christopher Watts. We have the right and the freedom to point out issues of concern. Okay? However, if you've written a true crime book, or if you have a YouTube channel, or if you've ever advertised your business, nobody has the right to mess with you. Nobody. You have a right to your privacy. And it can even also be stated that even if you have some sort of an arrest record, which we know some of the people who are up on that public stage do, that's not really related to the case, or is it? I don't know. That's why I say it could be argued, right? Specific to those issues of public concern. But if you've written a book, or if you've had a Facebook group, or if you have a YouTube channel, nobody has the right to be harassing your family, to be harassing your employers, or to be even discussing you at all. They especially don't have the right to be lying about you, which we've seen go on for nearly 3 years straight. There's a lot of talk lately in the true crime community, the drama corner, with the case of Christopher Watts, although this talk has been going on for nearly 3 years, you guys. But it's amping up again, right? That there are a lot of people who are hiring lawyers. Well, it sure seems to me that those lawyers should have explained that whole public stage concept to their potential clients long ago. There are many channel creators who are committing slander, defamation, libel, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. And it needs to stop. It needed to stop nearly 3 years ago. We're not on the public stage. And the scumbag attackers have no right to be harassing us at all. The other point that I want to make with this video is simply to say that if you honestly believe all the fighting and arguing and all the claims that are made against, one channel creator against another, if you honestly believe any of that's really going on, I have some really great property down in Florida that I'd like to tell you about. And I promise you, it's in the alligator-free zone. Yes, they are working with scripts. Yes, they do work behind the scenes. Yes, many of them have been recruited and or hired. And in my opinion, the reason, the motive behind the attacks against so many of us, be clear, it isn't because of any of our opinions on this case. Because they were attacking us before they even knew what our opinions were. I think, number one, they expect to be able to control the entire discussion and steer it in whatever direction they want to take it. And number two, in my opinion, they're trying to keep the Watts family very distracted and very busy. And actually, I think they're trying to harm them emotionally with their malicious acts, so that they don't move forward with ever helping their son. Research the statute of limitations specific to the case of Christopher Watts. And what you find may help answer the question of why is it that suddenly the scumbag attackers are amping up their efforts to distract everybody with the drama. I think Ronnie and Cindy made a huge mistake listening to their daughter. A huge mistake. And I think that statute of limitations is running out. I think that after the statute of limitations runs out, I'm talking about on the lesser charges, I'm not talking about the more serious charges. I think once the statute of limitations runs out on the lesser charges, we're going to see far fewer fake profiles floating around the drama corner discussing or pretending to discuss the case of Christopher Watts. I think they have a job to do, even if they don't even know themselves why they're there. And I think their job is to create so much chaos and confusion that Ronnie and Cindy Watts aren't even able to think straight. Look at the attacks against Cindy Watts for nearly 3 years in a row. And in my opinion, none of the accusations, none of the attacks, none of the harassment is even based on the truth. It's one thing if you want to not like somebody because of something they've actually done or not done. But that whole song about her not going to the wedding, are you kidding me? What a farce. just like it seems their entire marriage was. Chris and Shannon Watts had built a house of cards. It already came tumbling down in 2015, and it was ready to come tumbling down again in 2018. Right after this case hit the headline news and entered onto the public stage, we were told by a family member there were 2 court hearings. The second being one regarding an ongoing family matter. Yeah, that house of cards was falling down all around Shannon Watts, and she knew it. Are there many of us who do believe that it may be possible Christopher Watts was telling the truth when he said that he did not murder his children, Bella and Cece Watts? Oh, you betcha. Yes, there are many of us who have researched the details of this case, who have watched while the scumbag attackers have been attempting to silence any free discussion on this case. And yes, we are of the opinion that it is possible that he was actually telling the truth. That it is possible that he did not murder his children, Bella and Cece Watts. That it's possible that he didn't murder anybody.